Marvel is back again. Yes, Thunderbolts is out. I went to go see it 2 days ago now, so I've had a bit of time just to think about it. And oh my god, that film is the best Marvel film since Endgame. Trust the reviews, they aren't lying. Except for the ones that say it's terrible. Those ones are lying. Bear in mind, this is a spoiler chat about the film, so if you haven't seen the film yet and you don't want any spoilers, then here's your cue to click off now, because we're going to dive into pretty much everything that I enjoyed about the film, which was all of it. So the film opens up with a shot of Yelena on the second tallest building in the world, as we've seen a clip of before. It's nice. It's very well done. And then, yeah, basically just goes into this, like, she's been recruited by Valentina to kind of like destroy evidence of like incrimination, because she's trying to not go to prison. So basically, how they all meet is what, like, I was wondering when going into it. How do they all meet? What's going on? So they're all sent to this vault, and Yelena is targeting Ghost. So, and Valentina says she's stealing stuff from there. But then everyone appears and everyone has different targets. So Yelena targets Ghost, Ghost targets Taskmaster, Taskmaster targets John Walker. It's all of that. So that basically all in this vault, there's all incriminating evidence of Valentina in there, and they're all sent to kill each other, so then all the evidence is gone because they're liabilities. That's the reason there. So we're introduced to a new character, Mel, who is Valentina's assistant, and Valentina and Mel, they're anti-villains and anti-heroes, but not really. They're anti-villains because, like, Valentina, she's doing bad things, but she's not necessarily a villain. And Mel, yes, she's working with her, so she's kind of anti-villain, but also then she's working with Bucky to try and, like, help him and, like, give him clues of what's going down. So then, yeah, back to the vault scene. So in the vault scene, Bob appears, and also, first off, let's talk about Taskmaster real quick. Oh my god. I was not expecting that. Because as I was showing the trailer of Ghost holding Taskmaster's, like, bow and arrow, that wasn't in the film at all. So, yeah, basically, like, Taskmaster beats Ghost up and, like, literally throws her across the room. It's pretty wild. And then she's walking over to Walker to kill him, and then Ghost appears right in front of her and shoots her in the head. Like, oh my god, I was not expecting that. I expected her to die, but I was not expecting how it happened. It's just, oh god. Like, I laughed a little bit in that scene because of how ridiculous it was, and I read this morning that Taskmaster was meant to be, like, a main player in Thunderbolts. But Jake Schreier, the director, always said that they were gonna, like, kill her off, I think, but they wouldn't have done it later in the movie because they would have, like, changed the whole tone and made it just a bit weird. But there was also another script where Taskmaster, like, had, like, memory issues and kept on trying to kill Walker, which would have been funny, but I don't think it would have worked, especially after seeing it in full. I don't think it would have worked. What happens after that? So, oh yeah, before any of that happens, I know we're going in a really weird order here, but Yelena goes to see Alexei, who's living in a dump, really. He's living in a pigsty, and, you know, he's kind of, like, unmotivated to do stuff. He's a limo driver with his Red Guardian limo. Drives a lot of people, and there was one night where, like, they're all in the vault already, and then Valentina and Mel are in a limo, and they said about, like, They said about burning them alive, because that's what they end up doing, because that's how they destroy the evidence. They burn the whole room. And Alexei was driving them, so that's how he goes to the desert. Because I was wondering that, how is Alexei in the desert if he's not like invited there? Yeah, Bob, man, Lewis Pullman, you've done it again. Wow, what a brilliant performance by him. He's perfect. He is perfect. I know Stephen Yeun was meant to be the original actor for Sentry, but he had to opt out, so Lewis Pullman replaced him, and I couldn't imagine anyone else playing Sentry and Bob and the Void. I couldn't imagine anyone else. He's perfect for the character. Both him and Florence Pugh are the standout players in this film. That's what everyone's saying. It's true. It is true. Now, this whole film deals with mental health, depression, and it is a very, very well done. A new tone for a Marvel movie, done exactly the way it should be. And it's fun to watch. It sends an important message. And for me, I don't suffer from mental health, but it still really, really impacted me. It did. And that's coming from someone who doesn't have mental health problems, so I can only imagine what it feels like for people who do, and for them to speak up, because that's what this film says. Like, speak up, everyone's here for you. I just want to say, the ending of that film, my god. When Bob is like beating the Void up, like he's literally knocking the crap out of him, and he wants it, like the Void wants it, because like you're giving that depression and, you know, that darkness what it wants. You try and like fight it off, but it's not gonna work. It doesn't work like that. And then so like the Thunderbolts are all like trapped, like the Void's trapped them all, like they're stuck to like the wall. Yelena gets out, runs over to Bob, and she hugs him and says like, "I'm here for you." And at that point, I started to just tear up, man. And then, as soon as the other Thunderbolts broke free and went to go do the same thing, I'm getting upset just thinking about it. That had me bawling. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's come back. But yeah, that is the best scene in the film, and really hit hard. It really hit hard. Oh my god. Yeah. Sentry suit though. Well done, Marvel. Well done. You've made an incredible suit. And an incredible hero. But when they're first introduced to Sentry, they're like, "Where's Bob?" And he comes in. And in the comics he's powerful as 10 exploding suns, which basically he is. Every Thunderbolt has like their own time to try and take down Sentry, and he just like flicks them off like they're a fly. Like Bucky has 2 rounds of going for him, and then it's just like, you know, Sentry just like throws his arm off. And the really cool thing about that scene is after Bucky gets his arm thrown off, everyone just runs away. Everyone runs back to the elevator and runs away. Oh my god. That was perfect. It was perfect, because they're not heroes and they're just human. So they're not going to be able to take this guy on. They can't take this guy on. He's stronger than all the Avengers rolled into one, as it's said. It's really good. And the one good thing about this movie, it's so much funnier than Deadpool and Wolverine. So much funnier. The problem I do have with Deadpool and Wolverine is in every single trailer or promo they did for that film, they showed all the jokes in that film. So I didn't actually like full laugh in the film because I knew all the jokes. That's the one thing I have. That's the downside of Deadpool and Wolverine for me, is they showed all the jokes too soon. But it's so much funnier because it's just quick banter. It's just quick, natural banter, and it's just so funny just to hear it. And it's so kind of refreshing to hear it as well, because it feels like improv, right? It feels like a lot of improv talking, when it could be, a lot of it could be. But yeah, that's really good. And then the asterisks for the movie, I'm sure by now, because Marvel have already put out what it is, what the asterisk means. It is the New Avengers. If you haven't seen it, well, yeah, there's new posters for it everywhere now. New Avengers. It's not really a secret anymore. So there was two post-credit scenes. The first post-credit scene was a joke of just Red Guardian trying to sell some of the Thunderbolts cereal. Quite funny. Yeah, that one's a joke one. And the second one was a more serious one, leading into Avengers Doomsday. Now that was filmed a month ago on the Avengers Doomsday set, and it was directed by the Russo brothers. So you can tell it's completely different from the rest of the film. But yeah. Wow. It's 14 months later? Yeah, so 14 months later. And their new team. Now, what it says is Sam Wilson, who is the new Captain America, has had to copyright the Avengers name because he doesn't like the idea of them being the new Avengers when he's trying to assemble his own Avengers team. Then Bucky says that he's tried to talk to him, but it ended in a big fight. So, yeah. So there's going to be some tension between Sam and Bucky in Doomsday, between these two teams, and then to get an alert saying like something's like come through the atmosphere, and then they pull up a satellite image, and it's the Fantastic Four ship coming down onto Earth 616 from the universe. Now you might say this spoils Fantastic Four, but it actually doesn't. Because we don't know how Fantastic Four ends. We always knew they were going to come to Earth 616. We always knew that. We could always guess that. But it doesn't spoil the ending, because they could either beat Galactus, or Galactus could destroy their Earth. How they get to Earth 616, though, is not answered. I think that it's going to be like a Thor Ragnarok to Infinity War situation again. Like, they save the planet, and then Doctor Doom comes in. Right, and then that's like the beginning of Doomsday. So it's kind of like Infinity War again, where they're like Bruce Banner coming down to Earth saying, like, it's like Doom's coming. So they're basically doing that whole thing again, but hopefully better. Yeah, my God, is there anything else? The Void was such an interesting character, and a very serious one. Yeah, he's very interesting. The part that almost had me going again, the part that almost had me crying, is when the Void kind of like appears. Right, it takes up a century, because when Bob turns into a century, that lets out the Void. So when it shows up, it starts turning people into shadows and sends them to their void boxes, which is their worst memories, and it repeats over and over again. So it kind of like breaks them. But yeah, it was just so cool, because the music started playing, and then, because they all got into a bit of a fight, right? They all got into a bit of a fight, and then they all show up to save people and save the day. And there was a bit of like rubble that was falling down, and they just like lift it up. And then after that part, everyone started cheering, and it was just that almost had me crying, because it reminded me so much of the original Avengers, and it was just so well done. Like, this is the new Avengers. I'm so glad that this team is the new Avengers. It's not the young Avengers, because I love all these characters, man. Red Guardian, funniest character in the whole film. Funniest character. Everyone has a funny line. I laughed quite a bit during this film. But yeah, Bob's backstory was a tough one. He was a tough one. So we see all his void boxes, see him just like sitting in his room. We can assume it's his room, and then you hear his mum and dad have an argument, and the dad's very, very abusive. Like, he's like, and he just says like, "Don't mind them, it'll be over soon." And that was just so heartbreaking to hear, because it sounds like him as a kid still, like, just wait it out. And there was another scene with him in like a chicken suit, like, and Bucky had to punch him, which was quite funny. And Bobby just says like, I was on meth. I'm like, okay. But yeah, the whole film, I think I'm gonna have to go see it again, man. People have seen it like 10 times already. I know Soups went to go see it 4 times in a day. I can see why. Like, I could just keep going on about this film. It's just incredible. It's like, it really is. There's been a lot of good films in Multiverse Saga. People say there hasn't been, but there's been a lot of good ones. Like, there's been Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, those ones were really good. Those ones were really, really good. So don't listen to them. Don't say there's not been like every movie's been bad, and also Deadpool and Wolverine. But don't say every movie's been bad, because it hasn't been. But this one is the best of the Multiverse Saga so far, because we're going to see Doomsday and Secret Wars. Doomsday a year from now. I'm ready. I am ready. Too ready. I want it to come out now. It's so crazy, man. Like, I live in the UK, and then they're filming in London, probably like maybe 5 hours away. Crazy. Because I know apparently they're filming a Doc Doom vs Magneto fight right now, which is cool because it's 2:40 in the afternoon, so they're shooting right now, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, I'm so excited for that movie, and I really want you all to go see this movie. This has been my honest opinion of this film, and I'm getting chills. I'm literally getting goosebumps. Go see the movie. You can go as many times as you want. It will not get boring. I promise you. I 100% promise. Because I went in there thinking that it could be kind of bad, because I kind of like second guess it. Obviously, there's been a lot of good reviews, but I kind of like second guess it. And don't second guess anything. Go in, enjoy the film. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. So, yeah. Yes. So yeah, it's not the Thunderbolts anymore, it's the new Avengers. Can't wait to see where the future of the MCU goes, especially with this team. Jake Schreier and everyone involved. You're the best. You are the best group of people I think could ever work on a film. So, thank you for this, Marvel. Kevin Feige, keep going with it. Keep doing this. You're in for a winner. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.